Peace, Brother Shum.
Peace.
What is the purpose of the coming of Christ?
Okay. So in the Bible now, when you truly begin, like I said, the Bible is a collection of records by the Israelites. There's something called the New Testament. A new testimony was sent by the Lord to save the nation of Israel. But we needed a priest, a high priest. Just like in the Old Testament, the Levites, which was of the tribe of Levi, they had a high priest. The purpose of the high priest was to sacrifice a lamb. So this purpose of this being called Christ, Christ was the first begotten angel of the Lord. And he was his free. The Lord, the Most High, the Ancient of Days, this being that you call God, from the Bible, and the many different names that some people go Yahweh, some groups go Yahweh and all that. I'm not getting into all of that. I use the Most High, the Ancient of Days, the Lord, and all of, and that. He's the highest. He's before time. He's the I am. So when you go in Exodus, the 2nd chapter, it tells you his name. I am. Exodus, he told Moses his name. He says, I am that I am. There's nothing else. When you go in the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter and the 9th verse, he says that he's the Ancient of Days. When you go into Isaiah, the 40th chapter, he says that he's the Creator. He's the Lord of Lords. He's also a consuming fire. The Lord, this being called the Lord, is energy. One thing about the Bible, it gives you the players on this game and who they are and what they do. The Most High is a player on the board. He gives you who he is. The angels, different order of the angels. Negative and positive. He gives you reasons. That's all part of the Bible. This reason of the creation of the scriptures is to give you, well, why the Lord did this, why the Lord did that, why the Lord did this, why the Lord did that. So Christ now is the first begotten Son of the Lord. So the angels are sons of the Lord. How you know that? You go to the book of Job, the 1st chapter and the 6th verse. Even the devil is a son of the Lord. The Lord created him. And he does what he does. Him and the Lord is not in union. You know, they're not in union. There's a lot of people teaching that the devil is in union with the Lord. No, he's not. The Lord don't like what he did. He tried to interfere with the Lord's plans. And the Lord's always countering him. So Christ is a counter to the devil. If you go to Isaiah 45 verse 7, the Lord said, he created the light, he created darkness, he created good and evil. He, the Lord, do all these things. Good is Christ, evil is Satan. Satan's got 4 names if you go into the book of Revelation. That's another prophetic book also, written by John the Revelator, a brother that was put on the slave mines of Patmos because he committed crimes against the Roman Empire. So the Romans now dumped him on the slave mines. The slave mines is like Rikers Island. If you know anything about America, one of the top penitentiaries in America, in New York City, is a place called Rikers Island. America is our Rikers Island. The entire continent of America is the Rikers Island for the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel are physical sons of God upon the earth. We were put in this captivity called America. America has many names in the Bible. called Sodom and Gomorrah, called Babylon, called Egypt, because spiritually America takes on the traditions, the spiritual traditions of those places. So America that we exist in, just like we was in slavery in ancient Egypt, which was a black empire, we were brought here in slavery on cargo slave ships. The Lord prophesied that to us in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 68th verse. So that prophecy has been fulfilled. Now we're waiting to be redeemed and taken out of here. If you go to Malachi, the book of Malachi, the 4th chapter and 10th verse, Christ tells you that we will be sent to Babylon. America is Babylon. And there you shall be redeemed from the hands of your enemies. These people are not our friends, they are our enemies. And we will be redeemed, we shall be taken up from the hands of our enemies. Also to the Bible tells you about the flood, the destruction of the flood. Now, homosexuals and lesbians and LGBT and LBCDE and whatever take the Lord's rainbow as their flag for themselves and so forth like that. That is an abomination what they have done. The rainbow was created by the Lord to let you know that he made a pact after the flood with Father Noah that the world shall be no more destroyed by water. See? So he said, when you look in the bowl, every time you look in the bowl and you see the bowl in the sky, know that that is the pact that I will no more destroy the earth by water. But the next destruction is by fire.